Hi everyone, it is Marshall here, and I am here to talk about my 6-month appointment at the Gender Identity Clinic, which I actually had back in September. Oh, this video is so late, I'm so sorry. Life got in the way. But yeah, but in a way it's good because I've had more details and stuff since then, so I can go and talk about stuff that's happened since then as well, which is good. So in a way it works out better. So yeah, I had my 6-month appointment, which you have, like, when you've been on testosterone for roughly about 6 months, they like to bring you in to check up and make sure everything's going alright. So yeah, luckily I wrote down what we talked about because I would not remember it now. The first thing that we spoke about really was a lot of the stuff that I already spoke about in my other appointments. So it was a lot of just recapping, basically. So, and checking the current situation. It's like, you're still with your same partner, and you're still working in the same place, and all that sort of thing. You're still living with who you're living with, and all that stuff. And we briefly went over, like, my childhood stuff again. Just like, oh, I have this every single time. It's annoying. I don't want to talk about it no more. But yeah, we did that first, and then we spoke about hormones, obviously, because I've been on them for 6 months. So he asked, about the changes. So basically, I was like, I told him about changes I've noticed and stuff. I don't know why, but I got so awkward about it. I mean, I was fine for most of it. I was like, yeah, I've got hair growth, and, and my voice is changing, and it's great, and all that sort of stuff. So I technically missed out a couple because I was like, do I need to bring those up? But he brought them up. And I was like, why do I feel so awkward about this? I talked to people on the internet about this, but talking to somebody face to face about this is really weird. So yeah, and he was like, so have you had growth, down genital growth and everything, and sex drive and stuff? And I was like, yep, I've had that. It was awkward. It was so weird. But yeah, so we spoke about that, and we spoke more about work and stuff, and whether it's all going okay at work, because obviously things are changing now. So, and I was like, yeah, everybody seems to be really cool with it, and they're really chill. I mean, a lot of them still get my gender wrong, but I don't know, it's more the people that don't really understand it, if you know what I mean, and it's just like, whatever. I don't even care anymore, I'm on hormones, I'm happy. We also spoke about life in general, how life was treating me, was I doing okay, and everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing really well, I've got a job, I'm still with my partner and everything, and no family trouble at all, so it was all yay, all good. So, obviously he was glad to hear that. Then we started talking about chest surgery, because he was like, I noticed you want to go forward for chest surgery, and I was like, yeah, because we'd previously spoken about it in a previous appointment, only briefly, just basically saying, yeah, I want to. And that was basically what we spoke about, really. But yeah, but in this one, he was like, okay, so what do you know about chest surgery? So I went through the list of stuff I knew about chest surgery, which he was quite impressed. He was like, oh, I see you've done your research. And I was like, yes, I have, because I really want this. So I recommend doing your research. So, because they like it if you know what's going on and what can happen and stuff. So, and he basically said for chest surgery you need 2 references from the clinic. So he was like, I'll be one of them. I was like, yay. And he was like, you saw the other person, I can't remember the other person's name, but you saw the other person a while back, so I'll speak to that person, and they will probably be fine with being your reference without having to see you again. So I was like, oh, I hope so, because I don't want to come up here again, because it means waiting longer for chest surgery and stuff. So I was like, yes. And just so you know, I did, the other person was fine with it, so Obviously I didn't find that out straight away, but yeah, they were fine with it as well. So I had my 2 references. Basically when they've sorted out that you've got 2 references, then they send out the letter to the actual clinic where you'd be having the surgery, to the actual place there, and then they would, it takes about 8 to 10 weeks, he said, for the letter to be sent, and you get sent a copy as well, so when you get that, you know that they've got their copy as well, so, which is good, which my letter has arrived and everything to say that, you know, that's been all sorted and whatnot. As for who to have for chest surgery, we spoke about that obviously, because obviously you need to know where you're sending it. And originally I said I would have, I can't remember her first name, I think her first name is Catherine Milroy, because she's in London, and London is the easiest one for me to get to, considering where I live. I mean, it still takes me an hour and a half to get to London, but it's a lot easier than anywhere else. So I was like, yeah, I'll be cool with that. And then he told me that due to funding and stuff, none of the surgeons in London are taking on new patients at the moment. So he was like, is there anyone else that you had your eye on? And I was like, I can't remember his first name. Well, it was Dr. Nishaw. I liked his results. The main reason I didn't go for him was because he was so far away from where I live. Because his clinic's in Hull, which is way up north of the country. Because I live in the southeast, it's a long way to travel. So it would take me like 4 hours by public transport, I think. So it was like, so he was like, I mean, I'm sure I could manage it, but it was just after surgery would probably not be the best thing ever. But I like to cope. I'm sure people have done stuff like that before, so. But yeah, he put me forward for Nishaw up in Hull. So that's who I was gonna go and see. This all changes, by the way, after the appointment. But yeah, that's who I was originally going to go and see. So he said he'd sent the letter out and everything. And that was pretty much all we spoke about. We did briefly talk about bottom surgery. And I said that I'm very undecided about bottom surgery at the moment. I kind of want to see how top surgery goes. And whether I want to go under the knife again, if you know what I mean. Because obviously any kind of surgery is dangerous and, you know, it can be life-altering in bad ways as well as good ways, so I said that I'm gonna wait for now. And yeah, and he said that's perfectly understandable, and said that the next time that I go to the gender clinic will be after I've had top surgery, because they see me after that apparently, so I don't have to go until after that, which is like, yay, that's kind of nice. Yeah, so that's all we spoke about, and that was basically the appointment. I can't remember how long after. It wasn't that long after. A week, maybe less, maybe more. I'm not sure. I had a phone call. I think it was must have been from the clinic, the gender clinic in London, saying that the Nishaw isn't taking any more patients at the moment, and they've only got, I think this is all for the NHS, I think he's still probably doing private stuff and whatever, but I think it was just, we don't have the funding on the NHS at the moment, and because I can't afford surgery, I'm going on the NHS. So yeah, and the lady said that the only 2 hospitals that are doing it at the moment is the one in Brighton and the one in Plymouth. And which one would I prefer to go to? And I was like, I thought for a moment, and then I was like, Brighton. Brighton is the closest to me, so, and Plymouth's actually quite a long way away from me still. That would be like a 4 or 5 hours on the train, so I was like, yeah, Brighton's more like 2, maybe 3 hours, so I'll go with Brighton. So I confirmed that I'd go to Brighton. I got the letter confirming that I'm on the waiting list for Brighton. So I was like, yay. I also got another telephone call from Brighton, and the lady said that you're on the waiting list for Brighton, but the waiting list for Plymouth is shorter, so if you wanted to get it done faster, I could change you to the Plymouth one instead. And I thought about it, and I said I'll think about it and call you back tomorrow, because I was like, do I want to get it done faster? Because obviously that's a big thing. But then it was like, yeah, but getting to Plymouth is going to be so much more difficult. And it would only be like 2, maybe 3 months faster, so it was like, I'm pretty sure I can wait. I wasn't expecting it to be that quick anyway, because, yeah, she said that Plymouth, your first appointment would be probably in January, and with Brighton it will probably be in March. And I was like, well, I wasn't expecting to get my first appointment at least till the summer, so to have it in March, which still is fantastic, and Brighton's a lot easier to get to, and I like Brighton. I've been to Brighton a couple of times, so yeah, I decided to stick with Brighton. So apparently my first appointment, which I'm assuming is to meet the surgeon, I can't speak, and sort out what type of surgery and stuff, hopefully that would be in March. So, fingers crossed, anytime after March I could be having top surgery. So that is exciting, and I keep thinking about it every so often. Like, I mean, obviously I was really excited when I first got the news, and I was like, yes! But every so often now I just sort of like randomly think about it, and then I get really excited. It's like, I could be having chest surgery very soon, which is like amazing. And I honestly can't wait. And that's all that this video is about, basically, that I'm basically on the waiting list, and I will, hopefully, fingers crossed, be having top surgery in 2019. And when you think it's December now, so 2019 is only next month away, it's like, yeah, I could be having it very soon, very soon. March onwards, but after March, who knows how quickly I could have it. I mean, I'm not trying not to get my hopes up too much that it'd be too quick, because obviously I'm doing it on the NHS, so things are going to probably be fairly slow. But you can always dream. So, yeah. And that is this video, which is what I should have filmed back in September. Oops. But you got all the extra bits now, knowing that otherwise I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to see Nishore, but now I'm not, I'm going to Brighton. So, yeah. Brighton. I like Brighton. Brighton's cool. I've been on holiday there twice, and I look forward to going again. So, yeah. Plus I have friends in Brighton, which is cool. Quite a few friends in Brighton, actually. All the cool people live in Brighton, or near Brighton. Maybe I should move to Brighton. That'd be cool. Anyway, now I'm rambling, and this video is probably really... So I'm gonna go, because I've got other things to do, considering it's about a week until Christmas? Yeah, a week until Christmas. I'm not ready! I've still got quite a lot of wrapping to do. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go and do some wrapping. And I will talk to you soon. And I hope you all have an amazing Christmas. And you all stay safe. And know that you're all loved. Whether people tell you that you're loved or not, you are loved. So, yeah. Have a good Christmas and a great New Year. And my next video will be next year. So I'll see you all next year. Bye.